Biscuit reviews from an American that you didn't even ask for.
Hello everybody and welcome to Biscuit Reviews from an American that you didn't even ask for. I'm Richman and today's biscuit is Boland's Bakery's Raspberry Creams. Now Boland's, a legendary bakery out of Ireland that dates all the way back to the 19th century, makes a variety of cream sandwich cookies. They make vanilla cream and of course their legendary Jersey cream, but today it is all about the raspberry cream. Boland's Bakery and Boland's Mills were a key part of Dublin life, especially during the Industrial Revolution. In fact, famously, there was a massive protest outside Dublin's Rotunda Hospital, and Boland's Bakeries actually donated 500 loaves to the unpaid protesters. So it's always been a deeply beloved brand of the Emerald Isle. For those of you unfamiliar with Biscuit Reviews from an American that you didn't even ask for, let me break it down for you. I'll be sampling the cookie dry, dunked into milk, dunked into coffee, and dunked into tea. Today's tea is the legendary PG Tips, a UK classic, and yes, I did add milk. The coffee comes from the state of Hawaii, from Kona, a legend in the coffee producing world, and this is from Mulvadi, a really wonderful cup of coffee, and the milk comes from a cow's booty. And this is the dry cookie, so let us see how the raspberry cream cookie crumbles. Oh, these are beautiful. Now, one thing I noticed right off the bat, these actually look closer to the legendary custard cream cookies, the beautiful sort of filigree on top, and it almost looks like a heraldic coat of arms, as opposed to the Jersey creams made by the same bakery that have a smooth biscuit, a little bit larger, with the word finger on it, strangely enough. These have no writing at all, but obviously disintegrate pretty easily when touched. I will say this, the raspberry smell alone is extremely potent. So obviously it is going to be a big factor in the ultimate score that this cookie receives today. So without further ado, let's see how the cookie crumbles. That's so interesting. Okay. I love the biscuit. It actually reminds me of Danish butter cookies. Very fragile. Disintegrates the second your tongue presses it against the roof of your mouth. Your teeth don't even have to get involved. But a really light cookie, buttery, not too sweet, really very pleasant. However, that raspberry cream is such a potent flavor, and it's not what raspberries taste like, obviously. It's that artificial raspberry flavor, but this one is so fruity, it almost veers towards bubble gum. It's almost disconcerting, and it's not a flavor I normally look for in a cookie or want in a cookie. But that said, it's still very, very pleasurable to eat. I am going to give the dry raspberry cream 2 dry cookies. I can see now that raspberry cream is going to be my biggest obstacle because the quality of the cookie, the biscuit itself, is fantastic. It's sucked up all that rich moisture from the milk, super pleasurable. It has that crunch squish when you bite into a good cookie that holds on to the milk but doesn't fall apart. But again, that raspberry flavor is so artificial and so pronounced, I was hoping it would almost turn into like a strawberry milk, like a strawberry quick kind of thing. But it's such a strong flavor, and again, something that maybe my American palate more associates with candies or gum, that it was odd to have it in a biscuit. It's the only thing that really detracted from the experience, but the milk did add quite a lot. That is why I am going to give the raspberry cream 2.5 cups of milk. The other thing is that raspberry flavor stays with you. It's like that movie, It Follows. It follows. It haunts you. It's just always going to be there. It's going to be, I can already tell you I'm not going to like it in coffee. I don't know about you guys. I don't like coffee with an umbrella in it. I very seldom go in for like the berry coffees, the chocolate coffees. And it's not me being a snob. It's just my preference. So I'm a little apprehensive before I dunk this in such a delicious cup of Kona coffee. But I'm willing to be surprised. I go into it with an open mind and an open mug. And of course, an open mouth.
You can do it!
I want to state up front, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think the undoing of the raspberry cream biscuit is that it has by far one of the most pleasurable biscuits to eat, with one of the most aggressive filling flavors I've encountered since I started doing this show. The coffee, again, perfectly absorbed into the cookie. The cookie still holds together, has a little bit of a snap even after 2 or 3 dunks. But that raspberry flavor is so both artificial and very potent that, again, it doesn't really work with the coffee. If you like fruit coffees, maybe that's your perfect combination. For me personally, not so thrilled with it. Not as against it as I thought it would be, but still not the best I've ever had. Therefore, I'm going to have to give the raspberry cream 2.5 cups of coffee. I really am understanding now why the really successful biscuits only use flavors like ginger, chocolate, caramel, vanilla, very classic. The moment you add fruit to the equation, unless you have a beverage that goes with fruit or you love it, clearly because it's very hard to make fresh fruit shelf stable, you're going to use artificial colors and flavors. It resembles raspberry as much as I resemble Emily Dickinson. But if this is what you're in the mood for, it's probably the greatest biscuit ever. But the flavor is so strong and stays with you that it's almost unfair to the beverage and unfair to the biscuit itself, because the filling is a stronger flavor than the biscuit, but the biscuit is better than the filling. It's a conundrum wrapped inside of an enigma, tied with a Gordian knot. That wasn't half bad. It wasn't all good either, but it wasn't half bad. You know, I have to say that there's something about, even with an artificially flavored cookie, the fruit and the tea do go together a little better. It's obviously not as aggressive a flavor as coffee, and the milk in the tea helps sort of accentuate the creaminess of the filling. I didn't find it as unpleasant as I did with the coffee or with the milk. It actually enhanced it. Maybe it's the heat, maybe it's the watery nature of the beverage itself. Either way, I am going to give the raspberry cream 2.5 cups of tea. So there you have it. There are my scores for Boland's raspberry cream biscuits. Do you disagree? Let me know. Do you agree? Let me know. Is there a biscuit that you love that you want to see me review? Then let me know. Remember to like, to subscribe, and of course, whatever you eat, may your life forever be sweet. I'm Adam Richman, and this has been Biscuit Reviews from an American that you didn't even ask for. And I'll see you next time.